Hey, Falcon Zero here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a video of what I think Nintendo's going to unveil at E3 2019 in their Nintendo Direct presentation. Now, some of this stuff I think is going to be pretty solid, and it's probably going to be happening, and we're also going to go over some things that, you know, is a little far-fetched, but, you know, we can always hope because Nintendo likes to drop some bombshells on us. So, with that underway, let's see if I can entertain you guys for a couple minutes here. And just before we get started, just remember this is my opinion and my opinion only, and none of this is confirmed by Nintendo. These are just my thoughts of what I think is going to be happening. And to start off though, Super Mario Maker, I don't think we're going to see a lot of it at E3. They did the whole Direct there, and I think they did the Direct for Super Mario Maker so they could kind of leave the Direct at E3 open to more things that they can go over now on bigger games that are coming out past June. Something I think they're going to hit on a little bit here is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 and Fire Emblem Three Houses. I don't think they're going to spend a lot of time on these games, but I think they're going to spend a little bit because it's like they're coming out in July. They're going to want to remind us, like saying, hey, these games are coming out. I think you can see Fire Emblem Three Houses, maybe a little bit more gameplay will be put up in there, and then Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I can assume that they might announce another character or two for the game and be like, hey, both these games are coming out in July, come buy them. But I don't think that's going to be a huge focus on this Direct that's coming out in June. Another thing I think you can expect to see is Luigi's Mansion 3, and I'm going to go on the limb here. I think this game is coming out sooner than we expect on this. South Korea just gave a rating for the game, and that usually means the game's pretty much done. It's going to be completed, and I think it's going to be probably, I think August is when they're going to drop this game. They're going to either do, I think, August or September. They want to do it before Halloween, I would assume, because you don't want to buy this game after Halloween. But I don't think they're going to like be a huge thing if they're like, oh, we don't have to release the game in October. I think you're going to see an August, September release date for Luigi's Mansion 3. Also, Animal Crossing. I think they're going to hit on this huge. I think we're going to get our first official gameplay and actual real trailer for the game for Animal Crossing Switch. Now, I think they're going to try and surprise us with this too. I see this game for a September-October-ish release, and I was like, this is going to be kind of the game I think that they want to lead us into the holiday season. They're like, Animal Crossing is going to just push us into that season for that. Another game I just want to hit on is Town. Remember that game? That game that Game Freak's been developing, and they announced it for 2019, and we haven't seen anything besides that first trailer. I think we can probably expect something from the game Town for at least another trailer and a release date. Now, when I'm starting to look at the calendar left this year for Nintendo though, it is starting to get pretty jammed-packed with these games. If I just had to like guess, I would say late September-ish, maybe. I don't want to push it. I don't know. It depends on if the other guesses I made with Animal Crossing would be correct too, or Luigi's Mansion. But either way, when you look at it, these games that Nintendo said that they're going to come out in 2019, it's getting pretty packed. So I expect at least some kind of update for Town. And as we get to the holiday part, I think Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to be talked about, but I don't think it's going to be huge there. But I think they're going to give like maybe a little bit more of the world that's in there. Maybe we'll get the starter evolutions and just a little bit of gameplay footage on there. Because I was like, I don't think Pokemon Sword and Shield will be a huge focus, but expect a little bit of it. And we can assume this game might get a release date too. And I'm going to assume if it's Pokemon, November, because they love to release Pokemon games in November. And then I want to say for the December release, they're going to just hit it off with Link's Awakening. They're just going to be like, Link's Awakening, we're going to give you a new trailer here, some more gameplay footage, and they're going to be December 2019. And they're going to be like, that's how we want to end our year, with Pokemon and then Link's Awakening. And then that would be a really solid lineup between anywhere from July to December from 2019 of Nintendo. If that happens, that would be huge if that's what they go for the rest of the year. That would just be literally insane of just Nintendo dropping games like every month. Alright, now for a little bit more fun things though too. What surprises do you think Nintendo's gonna have? Because I bet Nintendo's got some tricks up their sleeve that they're gonna be like, haha, we can't wait for E3 to drop this on you. My number one surprise that I want, I really hope this one comes, is Metroid Trilogy, the Prime games. The 1, 2, and 3. I want them all on the Nintendo Switch. I want a Metroid Prime Trilogy. Come on, you gotta release it. Give us hype for Metroid Prime 4. We know it's not gonna be a 2019. It's probably not gonna be a 2020, but hold us over. You know, you gave us Bayonetta 1 and 2 before Bayonetta 3 comes out. I want the first 3 Metroid Prime games the same kind of fashion on one game, and that would just be an amazing game if they could do that, and I would take more money from me, Nintendo, because that's pretty much what would happen there. But that would just be huge. Where they put that, I think they could squeeze it in 2019 somewhere. I'll let you guys be the judge of what month you think it could go in, though, because that really, I think they're just holding on to it. And they're like, what is the best month that we can release this game in? Where do we want to drop this one? Because I have a feeling that game would be pretty close to be done if they dropped it at E3. Another thing that I want to say for E3 is Retro Studios. Okay, we know that they took on Metroid Prime 4, but what have they been working on since Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze? It finished in like February of 2014. It's been 5 years. They gotta have something. Is the Star Fox Racing game a rumor? Was that true? I don't know. That was like a year ago. That was last year's E3 rumor. But they've got to be working on something. Like Retro Studios, come announce and be like, hey, you know, we're working on Metroid Prime 4. Yes, tease us with that. And then be like, it's going great. And then like drop the game that you guys have been working on, because I'm sure you guys have been working on some kind of game in there, and it's just like, hey, surprise, it is Star Fox Racing. You guys were right a year ago. We just didn't want to tell you about it, and now we're telling you now, and look at all of your faces because you were not expecting this one now. And that would be, I think, a pretty crazy game. Or if it's just whatever IP that they're working on or new game, who knows? But they have to have something. And the final big surprise, which I think is unlikely, this is just kind of my wish list, is I want a 3D collection of Zelda, all HD. I want Twilight Princess, I want Wind Waker, I want Ocarina of Time, and I want Majora's Mask on one game cartridge. And I want them to be like, here you go, our HD Zelda collection for 3D. And if you want, you can even throw Skyward Sword in as a bonus, but I don't want to be too greedy. Although, I don't even think that'll happen as it is. But that would be the biggest cool reveal I think that they could do this year at E3. But we'll see. You know, this is why it's fun to speculate on this stuff, you know? And who knows what can happen. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember, this was my opinion and my opinion only. These were not facts. This is just things that I think that can happen at this year's E3. And I would love to know what you guys think. Leave them in the comments below on what games you think is going to get surprise announced, or what do you think is going to be happening at E3. And if you're not already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell and smash that like button if you liked it. And as always, everyone of YouTube, show me your moves.